Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Daily Market Breakdown Show, where I do technical analysis for you guys on SPY and QQQ, where their resistance and current support is, as well as what happened today and what I am looking for going forward. So start taking a look at SPY on the daily time frame. So yesterday on my video, I talked about that if we do break this prior level right here, which took us roughly 2.5 months to get over, that would be a red flag for the bulls because you can see we have been chopping within this range for ever since January 20th, or we can say this level right here as well, January 20th, and we finally broke above it. You can see we finally broke above for 3 days here, and it was holding nicely for 2 days. You can see the bulls defended this area, bounced off of it twice on Friday and Monday. And the red flag for me this morning was when this sideways was trying to hold that level, and then it broke bear at that moment, and you can see the bear volume just starts to pick up right here. You can see all this red volume coming in right when that level broke, and we just got the bears following through for the rest of the day. And today's the most notable bear day within the last, I would say, 2-3 weeks for me. Even down here, these days weren't that notable versus the one we had today, due to there wasn't a lot of rotation of money in the market. Yesterday, I was talking about what would happen when QQQ decides to consolidate. I was saying that the QQQ chart looks very healthy, and even pulling back and consolidate like this would still be very healthy on this chart, and zero flags on QQQ. But what happens? What does happen to SPY when we have this kind of a consolidation happening? Does money rotate into sectors in SPY, such as the energy sector, XLE, or the financial sector, XLF, or the healthcare sector, XLV? So none of that happened today. When QQQ decides to consolidate, pull back on its daily time frame, XLF, XLV, XLE, all those sectors were also money was leaving as well. So hence the drop for SPY back into this sideways range again. And so now we are looking back at, obviously, this level where we have been chopping as tight as it could. So if we do break back down to below this 413, higher 413 area, then we're just back into this consolidation sideways that has been traded with the most volumes, and potentially maybe just chopping again, right? Let's say QQQ, comes down here, bounces, continues, roll around. That would take SPY back down here, bounce with it, and just roll around again, right? So that's the last thing any one of us want to see, even if you're a bull or a bear, because when it's going sideways, it's not as fun as when it's going up or down. But unless you're playing options. So what are we looking for going forward? So this pullback I talked about yesterday is going to be key for me. So if we do pull back most of this move, then that's going to be a red flag for me. But before that, we still got to break the pivot low due to the size of how much this bounce was, 5.2%, before we even test the prior pivot low. So this is one move up. And did we break? And this is the consolidation, meaning, see this red candle right here? Its low is lower than prior candle's low. So that is a daily consolidation. So that's a move down, wave down, and then next wave up. So air cannot break this pivot low, or is right there, then it's a continuation of the daily uptrend. So even if it pulls back all the way down here, it's technically still healthy, but bulls don't want to see that because the size of the pullback would be over. It's just still in 50%. So as long as it's above 50%, it's still healthy. But if it's under 0.382, it's the bull flag, it's gone. So we are currently, let's see here again. We're currently still within bull flag territory. So there's just one day of pullback, but the only notable thing for me was the money rotation that stopped. So that's notable for the bears, at least for now. So if we could continue to see that again, money not rotating around different sectors. So if QQQ decides to pull back a little bit more tomorrow, does the other sectors pick up their weight, or all of the sectors continue to have money leaving the market together? That'll be a win for the bears. And do we continue to see increasing in bear volume or not? Because today's volume is a little bit higher than yesterday's. And rising wedge is still be my guide. These rising wedges are visual guides. I don't trade off of them, but they are good for understanding the psychology of it, meaning higher highs and then pullbacks, higher highs, pullback. So that's what this rising wedge is. So you can see all these resistance over here. It's pretty clear. Resistance, 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 resistance. Test it again. Support, support, support. SPY has one as well. SPY's rising wedge over here is a lot more tight. You can see resistance, 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 resistance. It's a little bit less clear, but these visual guides support, support, and brief. I would say this could be a touch, and then we are pretty much right on it right now. So we'll see which way this breaks. So we do get a breakdown here. We're back in this range with a rising wedge break, and maybe we'll also have to see bear volume increase. When that happens, then that means this pattern is a lot more valid if that happens. And then that would coincide with this roughly testing the support. And yeah, so the red flag for me was us actually breaking down here. So now we're holding. We didn't have enough time to really test this support. If we zoom into the 5 minutes, you can see we did hold it right here. Got to down here, bounce off of it, came back again, bounce off of it, came back again into the after hours, and now market closed. So can SPY actually hold this level into tomorrow is going to be key for me. If it does not, we are back into this top of this chop zone. You can see it's the hourly time frame. Just that top of that, back to that zone again. So we'll have to see. But this move now is big enough hourly move where we have set the hourly downtrend. Yesterday I was talking about this as well. You can make sure to check that video from yesterday. I was saying, so we had a big enough move here. So the next bounce, if we do break today's low, that will set up a hourly downtrend for us. So now this move have broken prior day's pivot low, hourly downtrend is set, and now this is the follow through from the hourly downtrend, and now we are seeing if let me erase that real quick. If the next bounce, would that continue or not? So this move to down here, we have a lot of space. Even if we bounce over here, it's still hourly bear flag. So we measure from the top, the bottom. If we bounce to over here, 0.382, we still have a lot of room, and this would be a bear flag if we do break below this prior pivot low. Bear flag confirmed, and it'll be a continuation of the hourly downtrend. That's what I'll be looking for in the shorter term time frame tomorrow. And so yeah, this level is key. There's roughly 404, give or take. You see all this wicks here, wicks, and back here as well, all these higher wicks. I continue to watch the other sectors tomorrow. So when QQQ continues to consolidate, we'll have to see if other sectors are rotating in money or not. If not, then potentially we get more follow through from the bears. But today is the first notable day that I'm seeing that. Even when we're consolidating back down here, you can see SPY was still holding very well down here. So, but now not as much. So because there's not money rotating back to SPY sectors. So we'll see if that continues. And make sure to follow the trend. Currently, we are still in a daily, weekly, 4-hour uptrend for QQQ. So we don't want to fight the trend until we see a trend change. But for the bears, this move, this 4-hour move down here is now big enough to scout a 4-hour lower high, meaning this high is lower than this high. That's why it's called lower high. So meaning bears will be looking to scout a lower high and be adding in their position here for the next move down due to the size of this pullback. Let's say if we, let's say if something gets something like this size, this amount of pullback will not be enough for us to scout a lower high because it's too shallow. But this move now give us enough space for that. So tomorrow, if you're a bear, be watching to see the 4-hour bounce, size of its bounce, and then do we start rollover again, and that will be the lower high set for 4 hours, and that will confirm a 4-hour downtrend if that does happen. So then the bears will start winning. The 4-hour becomes a downtrend, and then we zoom back out into the daily. How are we going to get the daily downtrend? It would be the same thing. That would be, we set a higher low as well. So we pull back tomorrow, right? One more candle. That gives us a lot of space for higher low. Bounce, sets a higher low, break. That would be very notable for me if that actually happens. Then we'll be in a daily downtrend, 4-hour downtrend, as well as the hourly downtrend. We are currently in the hourly downtrend, but the rest of the trend is in an uptrend. This is the hourly downtrend that happened for QQQ as well, SPY, but every other trend is in an uptrend. As you can see, the weekly is still in an uptrend, daily is still in an uptrend. So we'll see if the bears actually follow tomorrow, or if this is just a one-day thing due to how much we've ran up. This is very normal in the market. Even if we were not in a bear market, something like today where we pull back like this is very, very, very normal and healthy for the charts, because we need just go back to the chart. You can see how many times we have pullback back here, back here, back here, back here, just to make a new high. It just needs to move in wave up, wave down, wave up, wave down, wave up, wave down. So now that's a wave down, but the size of the pullback is going to be key to see. We'll be looking for the next move down or potential next move up. All right, so I got for you guys. I will update you guys tomorrow, and feel free to comment if you got any questions regarding the market, and feel free to subscribe if you made it this far. And we'll see you guys tomorrow for the market updates. And have a great rest of your guys' day.